Hey friends, it's Leslie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm trying some new things out. I'm trying to work on getting my screen fixed and all that kind of stuff. I'm not really fancy and I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of editing, but I enjoy doing these videos. It's easy for me to have my videos, I guess, portrait because I'm so used to that from Instagram. I'm working things out and I hope to get better in the future. But I do want to say I appreciate you following me and checking out my videos. So today I thought I would just do something fun and simple just to show you some of the products that I use to ship my items out. I sell on Macari, but mainly on Poshmark. So a lot of the materials will be related to Poshmark because hopefully you know, and if you don't know after this video, you will know that you can go to the USPS.com and order free supplies. You know, for Poshmark is priority shipping, so you can use the priority boxes. It's also known that you can use flat rate. I don't do that. You can, and you can print out this letter and go through all this. I've been through so much stuff with my post office that I don't want to get into anything. I've had a crochet design business where I've sent out hundreds of packages at a time due to influx in business, and I've had some challenges with them, and I just decided never again. So even though Poshmark has a letter that tells the post office that they have to take any packaging that you give them, I don't do that because I don't want any issues. But they do have a letter that you can print out that allows you to use flat rate postage, like the padded envelopes, the boxes and things like that. To me, I would just say to eliminate all that, just order your boxes and your packages online. It's so simple. All you do is you create an account, and then you just decide on what type of boxes and tape and things like that. And I'll show you a few of the boxes. But just make it as simple for yourself. I don't want a headache. I want to do it as simple as possible. So I'm going to show you some of the boxes that I use, okay? Now, this right here is just like the little mailing box. I like this box because I find that it works really great for mailing bras. Have you ever thought about that? The cups don't get wrinkled. I fold them inside of each other and then I stick them in here. And you can pretty much put anything in here. Like I sell socks and I sell negligees and things. So if people bundle like small items, this is like the perfect box for that. Okay, I really like it, and it's cute too. I know I did the old school fold on top just to create the box so you guys can see. And again, you can order this box right at USPS.com. So that's the first box, okay? This is the second box. Most people know this box because this is the actual shoe box. But what people sometimes just because we know that an item is specifically for something, we use it just for that. And it does, I thought at one time it said, no, it doesn't say shoe box, but this is the shoe box. See, it's like perfect. You can actually take an actual, if it's like new in box or shoes that still have the box, you can just stick the whole box in here. It's like pretty cool, but you can put other stuff in here. So don't just put shoes. Hi, did you ever think about that before? I use it. I love it for like when people create bundles, especially say, man, you can fit like 8 tops in here. If you fold them neatly, I put everything in like plastic bags before I ship them out. But if you fold them neatly, you can put just about anything in here. So don't be fooled. Don't just use this as a shoebox. Use it for whatever you think can go in here. How's that? Perfect, right? So that's this one. This one right here is my favorite. It is totally, this is the box that you see a lot of people using for the mystery boxes. Right? It's nice and big. You can put boots in here. So you can, if a person bundles shoes, dresses, pants, you can put so many. You can put about, if you fold it neatly, you can put about 6 pairs of jeans in here. Okay, now they probably will be above the 5 pounds for Poshmark, but it's still perfect. It's the perfect bundling mystery box. Okay, here's that. Oops. This one right here is another one. And these come out, I have 2 sizes, but I didn't bring the other size, and I didn't even open it up. So this is this box right here. Okay, and then when you open it, it looks like that. And what I like about this box, which I wish the other boxes did, was it's already pre-glued. So you just pull this off and you fold it down. Now, if I don't have heavy items in there, I don't do anything else but just fold it down and make sure it's sealed tightly. But if I have like some heavier items, because I can use this is like perfect for like flip-flops and like flat shoes and things like that, jeans. So I will stick some tape over top of it so that it doesn't come loose during the shipping process. Okay, and this is mailing envelope. This is perfect. Seriously, you never have to like purchase anything, any envelopes, any poly mailers, or anything like that. These envelopes, it's the mailing envelope. It's not the flat rate, it's the mailing envelope. Perfect for anything. And this one is also pre-taped. Nice and big inside, really sturdy. Look at that. Like really sturdy. It's, how perfect is that? So these are the shipping materials that I get from the U.S. Postal Service. Now, I also, since we're still on that, I use these labels. You can get these for free. These are the priority mailing labels. I do not have a Dynamo or a Rollo. I use a regular printer, and the reason that I do is because I have another business and my daughter prints, and we use, and I get my ink from HP, like a discounted ink that refills that come in, and I really like it. And all you have to do is just choose a 4x6 printing feature on your printer. And my printer, you pull out the tray and you just push it closed, and these they slide right in, and I just stack them in, and they come in. I order as they get low. I actually keep like 1,000 of them on hand. You print it out and it peels off, and you stick it, and it's really cool. They make it so easy for us that there's a spot right there. You stick your label on there, and this is what I use. Now I use regular. I have sticky paper, and I have 2-sided labels for other platforms that I sell on. I do a lot of giveaways, so I do a lot of shipping from PayPal when I give away shirts and IKEA bags and things like that, and from Macari. But for Poshmark, for the priority, I use these shipping labels right here. Okay, so this is the end of the free items that I use. If you are shipping out long boots, I don't have one because I don't really do a whole lot of boots, and most of the boots that I have will fit in this box right here. But if you're going to ship out long boots, you can get the large flat rate boxes, okay? And remember before that I said that I don't want to deal with the Postal Service, so I don't use the letter, but what I do is I actually put like labels over top so that the post office doesn't even look at the flat labels. So I order my own tape, okay? So here is tape. It has my business name on it. My Poshmark closet is called Leslie's Fashion Boutique, right? So I order this tape from Sticker Mule, okay? I'm probably going to change the design because I've already changed my logo. I ordered this from a company called Sticker Mule, stickermule.com. And this is actual shipping tape. You take a sponge and you wet it, and it sticks to the boxes perfectly. I use it more as like decoration instead of sealing the boxes. So if I were to use, I've done it 1 or 2 times, and I've used the large flat rate boxes to ship out some things, right? You can take 2 mediums and like stick them together, or you can take 1 long and then the boots will slide in there or whatever. My husband uses it for like uses those boxes on eBay. He ships out tennis rackets and things like that. But for Poshmark, since I don't want to deal with the post office, I just take and cut off a little bit of my tape, and I put it on there right over the flat rate, and there it is. As long as it has the proper postage on there, they never give me a hard time. Okay, and we'll come back to this in a minute. I just wanted to kind of get into that, something different. Okay, so that was the free stuff. Now, I like to treat myself, and I am really, really frugal, okay? And I'm going to make this point before I show you my other items. You do not have to go out and spend money. I showed you the USPS.com free postage items first so that you can understand that just because you have a business does not mean you have to go out and spend crazy money on your business. You're just getting started. There are people that all they use are the USPS.com items. They go and they get enough to like put in their basement so that they don't run out. And that's kind of what I do because my husband and I both are resellers, and he ships out. He has a phenomenal like eBay business plus Poshmark, and he ships out. His packages are constantly going out, and so I keep a lot of postage on hand so that we don't run out. And so you don't need to spend money in order to make money. You want to make sure you're secure. You want to make sure your income is coming in before you go out and buy anything. So that said, I have been reselling for 3 years. I make pretty good sales and my business is established. So now I can go out and spend a little bit more money on things. But in saying that, I make sure I only buy things on sale or when I budget for it. Okay. So say for instance, I'm interested in purchasing some poly mailers, and I'm going to show you some of the ones that I use from Amazon. Okay. Which is where I get most of my stuff because of Prime. And I also get like U-Pack and ship from there, but I don't go to their website. So I get all this stuff from Amazon. What I do if I want something, I stick it in the category that says save for later. First, you add it to your cart, and then when you go to your cart, you save it for later. And I let everything sit in there until I have the appropriate amount of money in my budget to allow me to go shopping. I never just go, oh, I need some poly mailers. I make sure that that money's not coming out of my household income, that I've accumulated enough money within my business savings account, okay, to now go into the account and then buy my poly mailers or anything else that I need. Okay. So once you get established and you've created a budget for yourself, then you can allow yourself to spend some more money. And that's up to you. You never have to buy poly mailers, but I pack so simply. When I ship out my items, everything's in a plastic bag. Okay. And then I stick it in poly mailers or whatever I'm going to ship it out in. And but I don't use any tissue paper. I don't get any twine. I don't use any ribbon or anything like that. Okay. I didn't bring back any bags in here with me, but I stick my stuff in bags. That's the first thing that I do. And I used to get labels, and I do sometimes because on Macari or for other things, I get like these little thank you labels from Amazon. But I just ran out, so I'll go to my save for later on Friday and order me some thank you stickers and probably a couple other things. But I like to print my own. I created my own brand new logo, brand new labels. On Amazon, they have these blank labels, circle labels that you can buy, and I just created my own logo, and this is what they look like. Okay, these are little stickers, and I pull them off, and I put them on my bags. And how cute is that? That's my Bitmoji, Leslie's Fashion Boutique, and this is the same logo that is in my Poshmark store. Okay. I'm gonna stick that back on there. And these go on my little bags, and then I take my plastic bags and I stick them inside of whatever shipping I'm sending out. So those cost me for, I think 200 labels, like $11 or something. And it's my labels. And I'm not using a lot of ink because I'm on a special program from HP. You know, it's too much information probably. But what I'm leading up to is that you really should save first and make sure. So I'm very frugal and I try to like cut costs anywhere that I can. But then I do allow myself to purchase poly mailers. I create my own business cards. I get those through Vistaprint, and I only purchase cards when I have a 40 to 50% off coupon. I've been shopping at Vistaprint. If you guys don't shop Vistaprint and you're interested in making some cards or whatever, I get my business cards from there. I've been shopping Vistaprint for about 10 years now. And so I get all my business cards from them. I've bought t-shirts and things like that in the past from them. Because I've been buying things from them for so long, I'm always getting coupon codes, and I'm sure everyone does. So not to take away, especially around the holiday, that's when you're supposed to get your stuff. Okay, around the holiday, use those coupon codes because that's when it's like 75% off. They want you to use these codes, and so I only purchase cards and things when it's a sale. So the first thing that I do is, after I've put everything in my plastic bag, I created these little cards. Thank you for your order, and it has my Poshmark, Leslie's Fashion Boutique, and that's my Poshmark right there. And it just says, thank you for your order. I hope you enjoy shopping in my Poshmark closet. It has like my signature, and then I created a line. It's like, hi, and then I write the person's name up there. So I get like 500 cards at one time. They probably cost me about like $12 or something by the time I use my code. Okay. And then every time they ship something out to me, they send me a coupon code that I can use. Okay. So that's my thank you card. And then these are some of the envelopes that I use. Now, these envelopes right here, they're bubble mailers. I get these from the dollar store, and they're really big. These are mailers that I like to use on Macari, and I do use them for Poshmark as well if it's something big or if it's something odd shaped. It's bubble in the inside, so I don't have to use bubble wrap if I don't want to. But if I use bubble wrap, I use this bubble wrap right here. Now you can buy like big packages or whatever. This is Scotch, and this is $1. So when I go to the dollar store, I'll grab about 5 of these up. Now, mind you, I don't use that much bubble wrap. Okay, I don't know what people's philosophy is on plastic and things like that, but sometimes I do need to wrap things. A tip: when you send out heels, right? Instead of just putting them in a packet, I take bubble wrap and I wrap the actual heel itself so that it doesn't break while it's shipping. And that's just a tip for you. Okay, but bubble wrap is this is $1. Grab 5 to 10 of these, and then you have enough for a while. They do have big giant ones. My husband gets these big giant rolls for like $20, but I don't use that much, and it's easy to store. He gets this big thing, and this is easy for me to store. Okay, so that's that. And then these are some of my poly mailers. These are from You Pack and Ship. This is a big one. This is like a 14 by 10 or something, I think. Okay. Life is too short to wear boring clothes. And then there's a smaller one. And this, people are like, oh, what is this for? I use this for shirts, for anything small, for bikini bathing suits, things like that, And I've had these for a while because, again, people will have sales and things like that. Here's another one that I have. And these are like this, these are 6 by 9. So there's this one, and this is a plain white one. So there you go. And of course, plain white is always going to be, you get more for the same amount of money. So I probably get like 200 plain white ones next to 100 for the same amount, And then these, I like these right here. Okay, I think this is a 9 by 12, and this one's my favorite. And since I don't use tissue paper or anything like that, this is perfect. Okay, and then here is just a plain white one. Okay, and so that's all of the envelopes that I use for my business. Now, the last couple of things is I use, of course, for my boxes, just some clear tape. This is Scotch tape. Sometimes my husband purchased this for me, and it probably was on sale because he's like the cheapest person I know. You can tell him, he knows that. But I usually go to Staples and I get their store brand. And I always try to they send me coupon codes because I get a lot of stuff. I've actually bought like my laptop and different things from Staples. So they send me a lot of coupons. Use that stuff, people. Any type of reward program you're on, use it. You go to the store and they ask you if you have a reward card. There's a reason. Because as you shop, those points, they add up. So don't sleep on that, okay? So I like this one instead of that. My husband has this big one. I have one, but it never worked for me. This, I have more control, my tape, and it just comes off, okay? And this is just for like my boxes, like the shoe boxes and things like that, okay? What else do I have? Oh, recycle. So if someone sends me something, I don't buy this stuff, but if I order something and this is in the box, I save this stuff. I just recycle it and I use it in my own packaging. Okay. One thing that I do is like when I send shoes in the box, so I have my shoe box and going way back. And say for instance I have a pair of heels, okay? So I'm going to put the heels in plastic bags, put your shoes in separate bags so they don't rub together, because if they rub together during transfer to one place to the other, they can get marks and things like that, and that's how a case could open up, because you sent them out perfectly but you stuck them in the same bag and they've been rubbing against each other. So stick them in individual bags or however you wrap them, tissue paper or whatever. I prefer plastic. I put a little, I didn't bring it in here, but I put a little, I print off on the same little circles recycling stickers, and I stick them on the bag just to let people know recycle, because a lot of people aren't into plastic, but you can use those bags for so many stuff. You can take them, when walk your dog or whatever. So hopefully people aren't just throwing them in the trash, but that works better for me, because if your postal service leaves the box outside, everything is still secure in the plastic bag. I've had shipments where my postal worker unfortunately did not put this inside. They have a plastic postal bag if they leave it outside your door. And at my house, that's the only way. There is no box. I don't have that kind of box or anything like that. I have a little sheltering over, but otherwise the box, if it sits outside, whatever's in it will get wet. And that has happened a couple times. Where I ordered something from another platform for sourcing and it got to my house, and thankfully I wasn't gone that long, but some of the items got a little wet. So I did send a message to the person. They were new and selling. I liked the items that I received. They weren't really messed up. I was able to just like toss them in the wash so that they wouldn't get moldy or anything like that. But my items were wet because the person shipped my items in tissue paper. So if you can use plastic, tissue paper and all that stuff is really beautiful, but you have to think from the buyer's perspective sometimes instead of what we think is like so wonderful when we ship out. You can do whatever you want to do. This is what I do, and I know from experience that not every postal worker or postal service is going to always provide or think about what's going to happen once they transfer the box to your porch. Okay? So when I'm packing shoes or something that has like a lot of space, I found that my Dollar Tree now, instead of giving plastic bags, they give you these paper bags. So this is what I use as my filler now. So I take these little handles off, oops, right? And then I take the bag and I turn it inside out like this. And this becomes my stuffing. So I stick it down the bottom, and then I can stick my shoes or whatever. And a lot of the times, it's just enough in the bottom that when I put the shoes or whatever and close it up, the key is you're supposed to go like this. If it's moving around, you need something in there for support. You don't want your stuff moving all around, because that's going to cause friction when they rub together, especially if you don't put them in separate wrapping or bags. But this is like totally perfect. This is recycling at its best. People they get rolls and rolls of brown paper, and I go to the dollar store so much that all I do, if my husband goes, if my children go, just give me the bags, and this is what I'll use. So this is already ready for the next shipment. Okay, and that's basically it. So one last thing I was telling you about this tape. So at the end of the year, Sticker Mule always has a big sale. Now, mind you, they have a sale all the time. I just looked at an email where they were having a sale. And you can get this roll of tape for $12. But what happens is around Christmas, this roll of tape, I've used some, so it's smaller than it normally would. It'd be a little bit thicker. This roll of tape, starting in November, for about 4 weeks, is $4.99. Now, That's the way it's been for the last 4 years, because this is the first year that I'm using it for my Poshmark closet, but I have used it for Surprise Designer, which was my crochet business, and I used that for 6 years. So I would look forward to 6 Novembers to get my sticker mule tape. Okay, so $4.99. And what I do is I get enough to last me for a while. I'll go and buy my tape, and now I have it. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys an idea of like some of the things that I use to ship, and just really hammer it home that you don't need a lot of money in the beginning. And if you do want to buy posters, because a lot of times you'll hear people say, oh, you don't need posters, go to the USPS.com. Yes, but we still want pretty things. So it's okay every now and then to buy pretty things. I send more stuff out in the priority mailing than I do for polymailers, so that's how they last long. I just decide, okay, so today I'm going to mix it up. And that's what I do. And that's how I'm able to keep my polymailers for a long time. But you have to decide what works for you. And hopefully you enjoyed some of the things that I had to say here. I thank you again for always watching me and indulging me. Take care, guys.